Alright, these are the AR Pokemon apps we're going to create. They're cool but very simple. All they do is deploy the Pokemon model. Once your phone scans the playing card along with their audio, you can rotate them by clicking that button. The Charmander app is free, but the Bulbasaur one will cost you $15. The $15 is just the cost of the model, which you can download at Sketchfab, link in the description. Alright, let's build it. Alright, first things first, you're going to want to head over to unity.com. It's a game development engine. Go ahead and click on Get Started, click Individual, and then go ahead and click on Personal in order to get your version of Unity. After that, the download process is pretty self-explanatory. Next step, head on down to the description below and go to my bitbucket repository. It'll take you to this site right here. All you have to do is click on this, click download repository, and you'll get access to all the assets you need in order to create this application. The only asset you're not going to have is the Bulbasaur one. So once again, go down to the description below and click on the Sketchfab link. That'll take you to the Sketchfab website where you can get the model. It's only $15, nothing too serious, so if you really want it, this is where you'll get it. Back to the bitbucket repository. Once the repository has finished downloading, it's going to be a zip file, so just unzip it to your desktop for easy access. Alright, once the file is finished zipping to your desktop, all you have to do is now go into Unity, open up the hub, go ahead and click on New, and we're going to call our project Pokémon AR app. Okay, go ahead, click Create. Alright, this should open up the scene view in the Unity editor. First things first, we're going to set up the scene. So go to Windows, Package Manager. We just have to install two things. Go scroll down to the bottom. You're going to see something called Vuforia Engine AR. Go ahead and install that. Then scroll back up to the top. Should have done that from the start. And then install the AR Foundation package. The Vuforia Engine AR allows us to connect with the Vuforia engine itself, which is outside of Unity. And the AR Foundation just allows us to build AR applications within Unity. It gives us all the tools we need to build for AR. Alright, so go ahead and X that out. Next, we're going to set up our builds. Now I'll be building for Android, as I have an Android capable device that I can build to. I don't have a Mac, so I can't build for iOS, but the process is pretty similar. Okay. Alright, now after the platform has switched, go to player setting. If you're building for Android, scroll down, click Auto Graphics API. And scroll down to where it says minimum API level and go down to API level 26. That's the minimum requirement for AR applications. And as far as the Auto Graphics API goes, it's just you cannot build AR application if that's not selected, at least in my experience. Alright, next we're going to have to import two things from the zip file we just downloaded to our desktop. So go ahead and X this out, minimize this so you can see your desktop. It should be somewhere here. Go ahead and click on that, click Pokemon AR, Assets, go back to Unity, and then we're just going to drag this over into our Assets folder. And then go ahead and drag the scripts over as well. I'll explain everything about the scripts later on. Alright, with that, we're just about done. We just need one more thing. So head on over to the web browser of your choice. Head on over to this website called Vuforia. Go to the developer portal. If you have a login, go ahead and log in. If not, click on register and log in. Alright, once you get here, go ahead and click on development key. I'm going to make the license name the same name as our project. Go ahead and click this, confirm. Alright, go into your license manager and make sure to copy this. This is very important, okay? Once you have that copied to your clipboard, go ahead and click on Target Manager, click Add Database. I'm going to create another database, once again the same name as our project. We're going to be installing this database on our device, so leave device selected, and go ahead and click on create. Go ahead and click on the database now. We're going to add a target now. Click browse. Go back to your desktop here. Click on Vultiverse, Pokémon AR, assets, editor, Vuforia, image targets, Pokemon database, and it should take you to this image right here. Go ahead and click on that. Now I'm going to be using the Queen of Spades as my marker. You don't have to. You can use anything else you want. Just make sure it has enough distinguishable features on it. If you don't have if you would still like to use the Queen of Spades, it's just a quick Google search away, and it still works relatively the same way online as well. So just click here, and there you go. It works pretty much the same way. All right, so let's head on back. Now, the playing card is about 2.3 inches, which is about 0.05 meters. I say this because in Unity, a single unit is about a meter, so in order for this to convert well, we're going to make our width that, 0.05, which is about the width of a playing card. Okay, go ahead and click on add. It'll upload it. Click refresh here. And as you can see now, our playing card has a 5-star rating. The reason why is because you can see here, so I click on features, it has a lot of distinguishable features that makes it really easy to scan, which is very important for a marker. So once again, if you're going to use another marker besides the Queen of Spades that I've already provided, make sure it has a lot of distinguishable feature points so that it can be scanned. All right, we're going to head on back to right here, our database. Go ahead and click on download, click the Unity editor, and click download. Once it's finished downloading, head on back into Unity. Let's make this full screen. We're gonna go to assets, import package, custom package. We're going to go to this. It should open your downloads folder. If not, just go to your downloads folder and click on the most recent one. This is the Unity package we're going to be importing. Let it import and click on import. Alright, I forgot to mention, for those of you that downloaded the Bulbasaur model, if you haven't imported it already, make sure you do so now as we're about to start building. You import it in the exact same way that you did imported the Charmander one. So wherever you installed it, just bring that over into Unity. Just drag it into your assets folder and let that import. Alright, that should do it. So you have your Bulbasaur model and you have your Charmander model. We should be good to go. So we have some errors here. Not too serious. Alright, we have one major error here. That's on me, my bad. So we forgot to import the input system, the new one for Unity. So head on back to Window, go to Package Manager, and yeah, it's right here. And click on Input System, click Install. Alright, it is now installed. So we should be good to go. Alright, so let's build the thing. First things first, we're going to head over to Windows, click on Vuforia configuration. Here where it says app license key, we're going to paste that license key you copied earlier. We're going to scroll down. As you can see, the Pokémon AR app database has already been registered and recognized by Vuforia. So we're good to go. Head on over here. We're going to delete the main cameras. We're not going to be needing that. We're going to right click, go to XR and click on AR Session Origin. The AR Session Origin houses the AR camera, which is how we're going to be navigating in the real world. We're going to scroll down to the bottom, click this, go to audio, and add the audio listener. The audio listener is going to be listening for any audio sources in the scene, which we'll be adding shortly. Next, right click again, go to Vuforia engine, click on image. As you can see here, here's our Queen of Spades marker. Alright, now I know what I said before about setting the scale equal to 0.05, but it just works better when it's 1, so I'll just set it equal to 1. Click the image target again, press F to zoom back out. Now let's put the models onto it. So go to your Charmander folder. We're going to grab him first, drag and drop him. We're going to rotate him 180 degrees so he's facing us. he already has his animation set up. For the Bulbasaur one, for my Bulbasaur users, when you import it, make sure that you go to the rig tab and set the animation type equal to legacy. Then go to the animation tab and set the wrap mode equal to loop. Once you do that, you should be almost good. I'm going to show you right now. So we're going to drag the Bulbasaur one into the scene. Bulbasaur is really tiny, so we're going to scale him up 10 by 10 by 10. So now there he is. And when you import it, you're not going to have this animation component. So you're going to go to add component, just type in animation, click it, and bring it into the scene. And then for the animation itself, you're going to open this tab and then just drag and drop this into there. Okay, that's that. Now I'm going to disable Charmander very briefly. Bulbasaur has a little dark spot where the top of the Pokeball is, so we're going to add a light there to fix that. It's going to be a point light. We're going to attach that point light to Bulbasaur so that when we rotate Bulbasaur, it'll rotate along with it. Alright, now we're just going to move it around a little bit. We're going to raise it on the Y by 0.07. We're going to send it back minus 0.1. And that should be okay. As you can see, it's really bright right now, so we're going to reduce the range to about 7.5. And the intensity, we're going to take it down to about 0.7. So now it's not too bad. It's pretty good. Alright, next, if you haven't already, make sure the directional light, the rotation on it is set to 55. That just makes the scene, really nice looking. Okay, once you've done all of that, we should be ready for the first test. Before you enter the scene, make sure you save the scene, as this is when Unity might crash on you. Go ahead and press play. Then we're going to raise this up, and you should see it deploy just like that. Alright, next we're going to create the button. So go ahead and go to the Game View tab, right click, go to UI, and click Text Mesh Pro button. It's going to ask you to import this. Go ahead and do that. Shouldn't take too long. Mix it out. Once it's imported, make sure you have button selected. Go here. We're going to put it in the top right corner. So hold Shift, hold Alt, and click this button right here. There it goes. We're going to offset it by -30, -30, and we're going to increase the height, make it about 100 or so. It looks better that way. We're going to go here, click text. We're going to change this to rotate, as this will be our rotating button. Go back to the button, and we're going to scroll down. We're going to add a component. It's going to be called on-screen button. Alright, go ahead and set the control path equal to touchscreen, tap. This links our button to our input system. Go to scripts, input controls. I'll briefly walk you through how it works. So essentially, click button again. What we've done here is we've linked our button to our rotate button action. As you can see, the control paths are the same here. So whenever the button is pressed, it's going to trigger the rotate button action, which will then trigger the function within the rotator script. This will then cause the game object to rotate. You'll see more of that in the rotator script. All right, head back to the scene view. Go to your event system. Our event system is using the old method, so we're going to replace it with the new one. Now we're going to just double check, make sure we have all our animations on our game objects. We do. Next, we're going to head on over to our image target. No, excuse me. We're going to stay on our game objects and add an audio source. I'm going to add that to both. Alright, and we're going to drag and drop the audio clips for each specified game object. So for Charmander, drag its audio clip there. For Bulbasaur, drag its audio clip there. Make sure Play on Awake is disabled for both of them and select Loop. Alright, then for our image target, also down here we're going to increase the max distance to 5,000. This will ensure that our audio will play no matter how far we are from the marker. Go back up to your image target here. Our image target has this default trackable event handler. We're going to remove that. Go to add component, type tracking. This is the new tracking behavior, and depending, I have 2 audio sources here, but you might just have one if you're just building one. Regardless, just drag the game object that your audio source is attached to. So Charmander is going to go in here. Bulbasaur is going to go here. You can drag, if you're just using Charmander, you can drag Charmander into both slots. Bulbasaur, same thing, you can drag Bulbasaur into both slots. If you're doing both of them like I am, then just do as I've done here. Now last but certainly not least, we're going to go back to our game objects here, and we're going to add the rotate script to it. I'm going to add that to Bulbasaur as well. Add rotate. We're going to set this rotate speed to 50 for both of them. Now I'll briefly explain how both scripts work. For rotate script, I've provided detailed documentation on what each and everything here does. Essentially, what it's doing is it's referencing the input action controller, once again, to know when the button has been triggered. Once the button has been triggered, it's going to start rotating the game object. It's pretty simple. And for the tracking behavior script that we added to our image target, essentially all I did was we created a public audio source game object so we could drag audio source game objects to it, as you saw us do earlier. And then down here, this tells us whenever it's been tracked and the model has been deployed on top of it. We just added, 2 scripts here, 2 lines of code here, telling the application to play the audio source once it's been tracked, and then similarly down here, once the tracking has been lost, to stop playing the audio source. And that's about it. Let's head back to Unity. Once again, let's save our scene and click play. You'll see me. And the audio plays. When you click rotate, it just starts to rotate. And this is the Bulbasaur audio. Similarly, we'll do the same thing for Charmander. So I'll just disable Bulbasaur briefly. Put Charmander here. Let's run the scene again. Once again, save. Click play. There I am again. Put it into view.
Charmander,
and it plays.
Charmander,
Pressing rotate.
Charmander,
It'll rotate Charmander. That's all there is to it. So play mode. Let's get this bad boy onto our phone. Click File, go to Build Settings, add our current scene into the build. If you have an Android device and it's in developer mode, you can put it right here. I'm going to build and run, so that just makes it easier. But if you're going to manually put it onto your phone, this will work too. Just go ahead and click Build and Run, or just Build if you're going to be putting it manually onto your phone. We're going to create a folder called Builds. Click on that, and we're going to name it Pokémon AR app once again. Click Save, and it'll start the process of building the application. Once your build has completed and it's on your phone, just get your Queen of Spades into view or get the web browser up and scan the reader. Should deploy your application. Let's rotate Charmander. Stop rotation. Let's go to the web browser. There it is. Rotate. Stop rotation. The same thing will happen when you build with the Bulbasaur one. And that's about it, guys. Alright, that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. It really does help the channel. Comment down below any questions or suggestions you might have. And once again, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for visiting the Vultiverse. I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks.